Today we are doing a delicious and nutritious chicken Alfredo lasagna with a little bit of Cajun kick to it. First thing we got to do is we got to cook the chicken thighs, and y'all know I like to bone out chicken thighs. Just regular old chicken thighs. That's what I like. I do not like having to fool with it. I don't like breast meat, really. That's just too dry. First thing we're going to do, Cajun garlic powder. We're going to put this all over these delicious chicken thighs. Next thing going on here, Uncle Polly's ghost pepper garlic, yummy delicious sea salt. And then the next thing we're going to throw on there is a little bit of the Tony Chachere's. Okay. And the first thing we're doing is we're going to cook up these thighs in the oven. Now, I like to use the bacon bag because I feel like that makes them a little more tender. And so this is actually a turkey-sized bacon bag, so it might be a little too big, but we'll get over it. And you got to put about a tablespoon or so of flour. Just regular old, plain old flour got to go in there. Up there, it's in there. Shake it up real good. Now it's all shook up. I'm all shook up. Yeah, that is not funny. Okay, now we're going to put the thighs up in there. Now, what we have here, which I had chopped up with my little choppy thing. I love this little choppy thing. Y'all need to get you one if you don't have one. We have a whole head of garlic, and we have a medium to large onion right here, and chopped up real good. And all that's going in here. Y'all understand why this has to go in here when we get to the next couple of steps after we get this all cooked up good. It's because it's going to make a delicious Alfredo sauce. Okay, now this is not, you can't use a yard bird for this kind of recipe here because they're too tough and stringy. You save that for your gumbo or your chicken and dumplings. Tie this bag up, slap this in the oven. The oven has just got preheated to 375, and I'm going to set the timer for about half an hour, and I'm going to check on it. I don't think it'll be all the way done in half an hour. I think it'll probably take close to 45 minutes, but we'll check it at half an hour just to make sure. All right, okay guys, I had forgot to tell y'all to cut some vents in the bag before you put it in the oven. So, you know, y'all just remember that later. And oh, by the way, y'all do me a favor real quick while we're thinking about it. Hit that subscribe button. It should be right down there. Okay, so we cutting open our little bag here. I had already checked. It took about 40 minutes to get these all nice and yummy and cooked through. And now all I'm doing is putting them on this plate to cool off. And I'm leaving all my yummy, oniony, garlicky yumminess in the bag for now. So that's all that's going on right now on this end. Now we're not going to throw out this juice either because the juice and the garlic and the onions are going in the Alfredo sauce when we get to that point. Okay, that's going to sit there and cool off. This is going to sit up here and cool off because there are critters in this house that might, for some unknown reason, attempt to snag the chicken, and we cannot have that. Now come on over here because I got to show y'all we're making the filling next. This is the cheesy, yummy goodness, and I got 2 whole things of the whole milk ricotta. Now we're going to put in 2 eggs. I may need to do a 3rd egg. We're going to see how it goes. It's just going to depend. I'm not real sure how it's going to go. And we're going to put in about a cup of freshly chopped parsley. About a cup, give or take. About that much right there. Uncle Polly's, because we got to put some Uncle Polly's in there. And we got to put this is the good Romano. This is the sheep's milk Romano that I had shredded up already. And I'm going to say, yeah, that's probably about right. I might put in the rest of that in another egg. I don't know yet. We're going to find out. And you're just going to stir this all up. And this is the stuffing that goes with the lasagna. This is that's about right. There you are. That is about the right consistency. I'm just going to finish up mixing it until we get all the egg mixed in real good. And that is exactly where we want that. Well, hello again. Okay, so what we're doing now, we are making the Alfredo sauce. And the first thing that I have done was I took all that yummy, juicy goodness out of that bacon bag with the garlic and the onions and all the yummy goodness, and I have put it in there. And now I'm going to just get a little bit of, oh, y'all remember the goat butter. We love the goat butter. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit more of that in because that was what I had left. I'm going to put maybe 2 tablespoons in. I'm going to heat this up. Let's get this rolling. The next thing we're going to put in is a big old jug of heavy whipping cream. Popping this whole big old jug of heavy whipping cream in here. Now, don't tell your cardiologist you eating this. That's probably not good for you, but it'll be all right. And y'all, Alfredo is so easy to make. I do not understand why anyone would buy that icky nastiness that comes in the jar. This is very simple. It's quick and easy. If you're not doing the chicken and you just want to do the Alfredo, then you put like half a cup of butter, and you just use the butter and you saute the onion and the garlic in the butter, and then you add the heavy whipping cream. Got this cranked up on high for right now. All right, we are ready. We've got, remember we had put that jug of the heavy whipping cream in here. We got it up to just barely simmering. And now we're going to do a little taste test and see how we doing here. That's fairly tasty, but I'm still thinking it could use a little more Tony's. A little more good salt. Hopefully I can do that without sliding the whole dang spoon up in there. A little more good salt. And a little more just regular salt. I'm not going to put no more good salt in it because then it might get a little too much kick in it. But I do want to put about a couple more pinches of regular kosher salt in there. Okay, I'm going to stir that up. So now the sheep Romano cheese, put some of that in there. And I don't think that's about enough. That needs a little more. Sheep Romano cheese from sheep milk. Put a little more in there. That's over a cup for sure, maybe a cup and a half. And let's stir that up and let that melt in. And y'all see it kind of got a little thicker. Then I brought it kind of up to a simmer, so it's just barely at the boiling. Have it on the low. Okay. Now I'm just going to simmer this down a little bit longer. Okay. And I'm going to say that's probably right at about thick enough. Now we're going to put the lasagna, Alfredo lasagna together. I'm preheating the oven to 375. First thing we're going to put in is a little of the yummy sauce right at the bottom of the pan. And we're just going to smudge that around some. Okay, there we go. That looks good. Next thing that goes down is a row, and I use the oven-ready lasagna noodles, so you don't have to boil them. I know, I should be making my own noodles, but I'm not good with noodles. So let's put the noodles in. Whoop. Gonna have to do some making them fit, because they're not all fitting right. Now this is some of the yummy ricotta cheese filling that I had done, and it is delicious. There's a nice thick layer of the ricotta filling cheese, and there's that. So after that, then we're going to put down, we're going to put down our spinach. Now I know this is just some regular old baby spinach, and we're going to put down a layer of spinach. This, I know some of you mamas out there, sometimes you have trouble getting your children to eat their vegetables, so you could just hide them in something delicious like this, and they won't even much know they're there. Then this is the chicken thighs that we had cooked earlier, and all I did was shred that up, and so now I'm going to just put down a little layer of the chicken. Okay, And then the next thing I'm coming to get is, this is the good expensive mozzarella right here. And it is very tasty. More Alfredo. Sauce first, noodles second. What I can't understand is I have had people to tell me, well, my child was, they just don't, they ask me, I'll cook something yummy and delicious for them, and they'll say, well, I don't want that. I want a sandwich. You know what? In my house, this ain't the Burger King. You don't get it your way. That's probably going to overflow all over the oven. It'll be lovely. Okay, there we go. That is going in the oven. Now, what I'm going to do with all this yummy leftover goodness I have here, because I have an extra pan, I have some tomato sauce frozen in the freezer, and I'm going to turn this into a lasagna with a tomato sauce on it. Not yet. You do not put the mozzarella on top right now. Right now, you put this in the oven, and you cook it, I would say, 45 minutes, and then you pull it out. And then you're going to put the mozzarella on top. You don't put the mozzarella on top right now or it'll burn up. Okay, timer. I'm going to go with a 300 on the timer for the time being, just so I can take a peek at it. And don't forget to take a peek at it. All right. Okay, guys, I just pulled out this out the oven real quick. And now we're going to put that last layer of the yummy mozzarella on the top here. Now all we're doing when we're fitting to put it back in, we're only going to put it in for like 5 minutes or so. And we're just putting it in. Oh, almost forgot. We got to put some more of the good ricotta on there. I mean, not ricotta, the good Romano. Putting another little round of the good Romano on the top too to go with the mozzarella. And since we had leftover bacon, we might as well just put a little sprinkle of bacon on there. So this is going back in the oven for about 5 minutes. Just enough to melt all the yummy cheese on the top down, and then we will pull it back out, and it will be ready to serve. All right, now that is all done and delicious. Well, how is it?
It's like cheesy, bacony love. It's very good.
Amen. So how was it?
That was incredible, and I want more.
Amen. Oh, Jump for the Rose. Y'all do not forget, jumpfortherose.org, jumpfortherose.org, and Uncle Polly's good salt is ghostpeppers.com.